Shut up and sit down.
Hello, we've got James Robinson with us here today, founder and compere of Heckle and Squelch Comedy Club. Hello, James. How are you?
Hi Nat. Hi Nat, you're right.
Yeah, all good here. All
I've
good
not.
here.
It feels weird. I've never been on there Ali before.
First time for everything. First time for
Yeah,
everything. Oh dear. Right,
it feels a bit weird.
Heckle and Squelch, your comedy club. Tell us a bit
Yeah.
about that.
Well, it came about quite a few years ago now when I was looking for opportunities to do a bit of stand up when I first started out. So it was being in Dorset, we're a bit isolated,
Mm,
especially down in Weymouth, and there wasn't many comedy clubs around as such. You'd have to travel. I mean, Bournemouth's quite close, but you'd have to go Bristol or Bath or
yeah.
Exeter or Southampton or something like that. So when I first started to give it a go, I was looking around on the internet, thinking, where can I go? And yeah, it was nothing local. So I just thought, well, give me some opportunities to sort of build confidence and to learn how to do it and that kind of thing. I'd set up my own club.
Mm,
So I did a charity night the first night just to see if it would work. And I did the emceeing, and then we got I think six acts in on that first occasion. Yeah, and we just donated all the money from the night to the local, I think, the cancer. I think, oh God, it's years ago now, cancer ward or the children's ward up at Dorchester Hospital.
yeah,
And it was ace. It was like such a good night. I thought I'm gonna do that again.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
that was back in sort of pre-COVID. That was 2016, wasn't
yeah. Well, if you've been doing some research, then yeah, well done you. I can't I can't remember. It
it?
must be what was it, 2015? It must be 9 years ago.
Yeah,
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 God,
yeah. So,
it's done
um,
really.
I mean, obviously, you've set up this club, and it's really successful. You do a lot locally. You don't stay in the same venue, do you? You change venues to make it special. Each event is special in its own right. How important
Yeah,
are the venues to you?
yeah. Venues have got to be good venues.
Mm,
I mean, I tried doing some open mic nights, which were really difficult. So like, the
mm,
difference is I don't do open mic nights anymore.
right.
Open mic nights, for anyone who doesn't know always knows, is the people like me, like myself, when they first started out, were looking for gigs,
Mm,
and they would come down midweek, travel from far and wide, and just to do 5 or 10 minutes of the stand up. And you do not know who's going to come through the door. It's usually free. There's no
mm,
budget. It's new material, or it's new access at the other, and it's like, it's a starting point. What I progress to do is now what I call my professional nights, where I get professional comedians in or semi-professional comedians in.
mm,
They're paid for nights and they're really structured. So in a totally different thing. So having to find the right venues is important, because you need what I found is the pay for nights, the press nights. I could be a bit more, I could go for not say higher caliber venues, but
yeah,
venues a bit further afield,
yeah,
because people are paying to go to that place, and I like to find places that I like,
yeah.
place that I like, where they themselves, or the venues, are into like, co-promoting it and making an effort.
Mm,
So it's not just 100% on me. And someone I can get on with. So I've got loads. I do have loads of different, like multiple different venues that are on Weymouth and Dorchester, and I just rotate it.
yeah.
Um, and it seems to work all right. It seems to be a great little thing, because people haven't got to go as far necessarily to see something.
Yeah, yeah, no,
That makes
absolutely.
sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does make sense. I mean,
Mm.
and you said about you starting, you wanted to do stand up. What do you
Yeah.
prefer? Do you prefer being the MC, your compare for the evening, or do you miss not being a stand up going along to a show?
I do go along to the occasional stuff. I still go along to the occasional open mic. And that's actually, I've got one 2nd of October in Portsmouth.
Mm,
I would. Oh, right. I did the emceeing to give me stage time and build confidence, and to sort of like get used to trying to practice material. But then there is a sort of a safety blanket to a degree. Some people hate emceeing. I quite like emceeing because I like banter with people. So I do like natural back and forth with people without it being like basically spontaneous stuff. So I do like that. I just naturally got that in me to sort of enjoy it. And I also feel, well, in a few minutes, it doesn't matter how much of an idiot I make of myself. If I get it wrong, I can say, I've got it wrong, but here's an act, and so I can bring them on. So in some extent, I don't feel like it's as pressured for me because I'm not one of the key acts of the night. But I know some people don't see it that way. They see it the other way around. They think, oh my God, I'd hate to MC. It's really pressured to keep the crowd interested in going and trying to sort of basically police an evening, and because you every evening is different. So what do I prefer? Oh, I'd say it's 50-50. I love emceeing. I do. I love emceeing. I love putting on a night. I put hosting night, and just I do. I really enjoy the organising of it as well, and the behind the scenes stuff. But then when you go along and you do an actual bit of stand up, where it's like 10 minutes somewhere or 15 minutes somewhere, what I found is that you come off with a different, same kind of sort of more. It's a different buzz. It's a slightly different buzz when it goes right, because I get a buzz from running a good night and having great acts, and then I get a buzz because I know I've gone and done something specifically for myself. Just that spot for myself. And when I see people enjoying it, it gives me that tingle. Go, I'd like to do that again.
Absolutely. I can see that. I have to say, I can see both sides. Personally, both are terrifying. But I can actually see it.
You're a writer, right? You're a writer, though, aren't you?
Yeah. That's it. I'm the behind the scenes sort of person, really. So I can hide behind like a computer and
You've never tried it though?
I have, a long time ago. I did. The thing for me was the traveling, having to travel round and stuff. So it's like you say, it's slowly getting better, I think, in Dorset, but there is a lack of. For a while, a long time, it was a lack of comedy nights, but that has improved somewhat.
It has,
I mean, growing up though, who did you watch that inspired you and made you have a love of comedy? Because you clearly love it.
Obviously, I mean, so, oh God, I'm showing my age now. I just love the two Ronnies.
Oh right, yeah.
Remember, just the two Ronnies back was it Sunday night?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Two Ronnies on a Sunday night when I got to insert, I don't know, what it was, 10, 12, whatever. I used to love that. And then as I then got into teens, the two Ronnies was I can't remember. But then as I got into teens, and you suddenly discover like Harry Enfield, and then his sketch show, and then the Fast Show.
Yeah.
Oh
God,
that was just superb. And then around the time I was at college, I started to discover Monty Python.
Oh, see, that's my bag.
Yeah, Monty Python, and even Monty Python now, and I watch YouTube videos of them. They're brilliant. They're just, and what I love, I do love like just the real sort of like slapstick and stupidity. And I love deadpan. So I was watching a video the other day where some bloke wanted to jump the channel. I think it was Michael Palin, and they were interviewing him on the beach. I'm going to jump the channel. I've never done it before. And it was just, but the way they did it. Do you know the sketch?
I do know which one you mean. Yeah. I mean, I college, that was my thing. Was watching Monty Python. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, watch the film The Life of Brian.
Yeah.
I've got that somewhere. So I've got that on VHS somewhere. In the locker. So that was TV stuff. And that's what I really started enjoying. And I suppose comedians back in the day, well, my earliest memory of it was probably the old cabaret type comedians like Les Dawson.
And
you play the piano and make and even though I didn't quite understand it because I was little, there was just something really entertaining about it. And then say getting into the noughties or the sort of 90s, Who was I into in the 90s? Oh, I used to love the improv show that was on Channel 4 as well. What was it called? It was on, it might have been a British show, Clive Anderson or Clive
Oh
James was
yeah, it
presenting
was
it.
Clive Anson. Yeah, it was,
Clive
and
Anderson
John
was in it.
Sessions and what have
Yeah,
you. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
an improv show, and there's a couple of American improv actors on there,
Mm.
and they were brilliant. So I used to love all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Would you ever consider doing an improv night?
No, I don't. Improv's really hard. I mean, it's weird. It's because you can improv doing the MC, and you can improv when you're doing a stand-up set because improv is you go with the flow and you get into something comes to you and you're bantering on someone, almost improvising on the spot. But to do that sort of improv sketch type of thing, I've never tried it, and I don't know whether that would work for me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it
yeah,
really
yeah. I must admit,
your brain's
got to move fast with it, haven't you?
yeah
Exactly. But I used to love the
yeah
section in that show where they used to give them they'd give them something, a prop of some sort, and then they had like
yeah
60 seconds to do as many things as they
yeah
could with it. See, I like
yeah
that. I think I
yeah.
could probably handle that side of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, good show. Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
worth by
What
me.
was it called? What was the show called? Whose
I
line is it? No, not whose line is it anyway. That's bugging me now, but it'll come
Yeah.
to me.
Well,
I'll Google it after.
I'll have to Google it and then I'll put it in
Yeah,
the comments underneath
yeah,
when I put this
yeah,
online.
yeah. That was yeah. So that was great. Growing up, watching all that sort of stuff. That was really
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, cool. And for Heckle and Squelch, what is next for that? We've had sort of the first half of the year, and we're now going into what I call our festive season. So what's in store for Heckle and Squelch?
Well, I've got a couple of shows booked in. So I've got one next Friday or Saturday, whatever the 26th is.
Yeah.
That's a new venue in Weymouth Town called the E-Bike Cafe, which is next to the harbour, and we're giving it a go there. Never done it there before.
Hmm.
The lady who runs it's really pro, and so the tickets are on sale for that. So I've got a professional night, so I've got three acts on that one. I usually have three or four acts on,
Hmm.
and I tend to obviously the professional's always the headline is always a full-time professional,
Yeah.
and then the build-up acts like the starters, something like semi-professional, or they're really really experienced. And I don't book anyone, so
Yeah.
I won't just go along and go, I'm going to have that person because I either have to have seen them
Yeah.
or they have to have come really, really well recommended by
Yeah.
someone who I trust their opinion. So, on the next show, I've got three acts, and I've worked with two already, so I know what they're capable of, and I've had a really solid recommendation from my opening act from a really solid professional comedian. So, like if this, a girl called Susie Bennett. Do you know
Oh, I
Susie
have
Bennett?
heard of Susie Bennett because I know that you've got Lee
Yeah,
Smith on as well, who
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen, and I just think he's incredibly funny. I like him.
Just for clarification, Susie Bennett's the person who recommended Eliza Fraser's My Act.
Right, okay.
Lee Smith is me and him did a gig at the beginning of the year in Westbourne. And I hadn't seen him in ages. And this is what I love about comedy is I've seen him periodically over a while, over a couple of years. And I'm not trying to say I'm any good or anything like that, but you see when they're starting off and you think, okay, he's got some good material, but he's not quite there yet. And then you see him a few months later and you think his material's getting sharper and better, and he's getting sharper and better. And then the last time I gigged with him, he was on fire. He was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
He's
like,
very funny.
I was like, I want him now. I
Yeah.
definitely want him.
Yeah.
So I offered him the gig. So I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
Yeah.
And then my headliner is a guy called John Pearson. He's based out, I think it's Gloucester way, or Stroudway, that's Gloucester, somewhere up that way. And I've worked with him before, and he's a pro comedian. He does his own nights up that way. So I know he's a solid, really good act.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be really good fun.
Yeah, and that's on the 26th at the E-Bike Cafe in Weymouth.
Yeah, it's 26. I've just said that. So
just to clarify that. And obviously, you talk there about the working with other comedians and throughout like the circuit. something that's when I'm chatting with comedians, they all say the same thing. The circuit is the localized circuit as well is such a good thing. You get a lot of camaraderie, a support, and like you've just mentioned there, you see the development of people that you might not see for a while. And what's your take on that, the whole circuit, the community of comedians?
It's really small.
Yeah.
Right. So if it's spread out far and wide, it is really small. Not necessarily a bad thing because you do get to know everyone.
Yeah.
Which is good. So therefore you get your recommendations and this, that, and the other. And it is regional as well. And I know there's loads of social media groups, like you've got the Southwest Comedy Circuit, and then you've probably got, I don't know what it calls, Southeast. London is an entity in its own, right? Okay. And you've got the Midlands, and and it'd be nice. So for the Southwest, which is what we're in here, is we tend to draw all from Bristol or Plymouth or Bournemouth area, but from the sort of Devon and Cornwall area. And there's some really, really great acts down there. And it's nice to get them over. So Susie Bennett's one I've just mentioned. So she's from down that Plymouth. But then what would be nice is when you tap into the other regions, you might cross. So for example, Staffordshire, Stoke. I was up there a few months ago, and I got an open mic night in a club up there called Bitfire Comedy. And it was in Stoke, and I never met the people before. We got chatting, and then via the whole. This is small, so I say small. You go onto social media, you go to the groups, and you've got loads of mutual acquaintances or friends through the comedy scene. And so therefore that's really good for recommending people. So then trying to encourage the good acts that you want to come down.
Yeah.
Because it's a long way,
It is a long way, yeah. And let's be honest, Dorset, not having a motorway. it's like the small B roads. But you've but you still managed to get the acts in, which is great. It's great for the comedy in the area, particularly Weymouth, like you said, because it is lacking, so it's great that you're doing that. You also do stuff at Dorchester Prison, or you have done stuff, haven't you?
I do. I like unique venues.
Yeah, that is a unique venue. How did that come about?
I was looking for a unique venue basically, and I thought, where's good? Where's somewhere different to hold an event? So, and I don't know how I stumbled across that. I just stumbled across contacts.
Yeah.
And I phoned them up and I said, what's going on there? Do you hire it out? And they went, well, we do actually. We just started. So what popped up, I had a look around, looked at the logistics of it. The logistics were a nightmare. But basically, I put it together and I hired it out, and I did it. I've done it a couple of times there, but I thought I've got to try to get TV names for it. So TV names for it because I wanted to make it more special. Yeah. So I put on the first one I did was Clinton Baptiste.
Yes, yeah.
So first gig I got was him with Duncan Oakley, who's a comedian from Nottingham, who's phenomenal, and Erich Nelms. I think Erich was on that one, who's from Gloucester Way.
Yeah.
Or was it Louis Burgess? Anyway, so Dave Arnold, there you go. So I know all the acts on. I can't remember the combinations of when I put them on. So so Clinton Baptiste come along and it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. If anyone doesn't know him, you need to go on YouTube and just watch some of his stuff because he's hilarious. We did. So I did that one there, and then another occasion. There's a guy called Angelo Sekathemiou, who's he used to be on Vic and Bob. What's the show called? The Dove from Above, Vic and Bob's.
Shooting Stars.
Shooting Stars. That's another inspiration for us growing up as well.
Yeah,
Shooting Stars. I love Bob. I love Bob Mortimer. I love Vic. I love Vic as well. But Bob Mortimer has just got everything about him. He's comedy. Yeah. He's a comedy god. So Angelos used to be the little sketch person like George Jules was on that show. So I got him along. That was quite good. And I've also done a few silent discos there as well. So that's quite good fun. So
that's you're very busy. You do loads. It's brilliant to see. And obviously, I sort of sidetracked you a little bit because obviously you've got a gig on the 26th. What was the other one? I know you said you had another one coming up.
The next, I've got one penciled in. I spoke to it, and I've not gone live fully with it yet, but it's another venue in Weymouth Town that I've used before called Caffeine. It's on the beachfront, this one, and that's end of October. 20, Christ, 20, might be 26th as well, or 25th, but it's the last weekend in October, pretty much.
Yeah, but people can check it out on your social media, can't they? Because you've got
Squelch website, yeah.
Yeah, so just quickly run through those so when they're watching this, they can see where they can find you.
Best place is the website heckleandsquelchcomedy.com. Facebook, I am the worst person with other social media. I'm going to pay someone to help me with it. So it appears on the Facebook page, which is old school now. In fact, I've just started to use Instagram, so I'm getting all modern.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I mean, that's how I've sort of been messaging you, really. I didn't realise you were so new on there.
It's like you said, I've been on there, but you'll see I don't really put a lot on.
Yeah.
So basically Facebook, and just put Heckle and Squelch into the internet and it'll pop up.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, and the website, so it's all there. So So I've only got a couple of gigs at the minute. I've had a bit of a lazy year, which I don't mind doing.
Yeah.
I'll be putting more on, booking more things in, and hopefully getting some good acts. But, I'd like to get some TV names down, but they cost a lot more money than I can afford. So
well, I mean, you have had some great, entertainers, comedians as it is, so it can only go one way. So I think it's brilliant, James, everything that you're doing, and we wish you all the best with that. So let me just say again, 26th of September at the e-bike cafe in Weymouth, and go along. Tickets online, is that right, James?
So tickets online at Heckle Squelch Comedy, £15. Which is about standard for comedy clubs.
Absolutely. For 3 acts as well.
Also, there's no booking fee. I know lots of these. So I don't charge a booking fee because I pay for it in the website. Yeah. Whereas some other people do like online ticket booking fees via the online ticket sites, whatever they're called. Yeah. So I thought it is just £15. So that helps, and all from the venue. So and then the other tickets will all be online for the Caffeine going at the end of October.
Fantastic.
I'm going to plug this. I've got Dinesh Ranganathan. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming down to headline on that one. So he's got a very famous brother with the same surname. Yeah. But he on his own is super.
Yeah, in his own right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And superb. So I'm really looking forward to him.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. And we can find out more about that coming up on the website and on social media. Well, James, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thank you ever so much for chatting with us today, and all the very best. And, to you on the 26th and for the rest of the year. And obviously keep in touch with us so that we can keep plugging away what you're doing. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.